It's a side-by-side comparison between there's really three enclosed mobility scooters out there. There's the Gio and the Q-Runner, which are exactly the same scooter. The only difference between the G-Runner and the Q-Runner and the Gio is that Gio does not allow you to order your scooter with lithium batteries. And they also do not allow you to order it with a steering wheel. You have to order it with, or it has to come with the handlebars, the motorcycle old-fashioned, original, traditional handlebars. To where with the Q-Runner, you can order it with a steering wheel. You can order it with lithium batteries. Of course, it'll be extra if you order the lithium batteries, but they're very much worth it. Then also with the Q-Runner, you're allowed to order it, like if you want it all yellow, you can get that. To where I don't think Gio gives you any flexibility on what color you're going to order. All right, so the Q-Runner, which is the same as the Gio, is on my left, which is a blue. It's like a blueberry blue on my left-hand side, and then the right-hand side is that candy apple, like it's a Mazda, the color from the red Mazdas. That is the EcoNelo. I just call it the Nelo, EcoNelo, and that's the one on my right-hand side. If you notice, the first thing I want you to notice is the windshield wiper. The base of the windshield wiper on the left is right at the center. So no matter what you do with that wiper, that is always going to stay in your line of view when you're driving. It always sits up in that position. So if you look at the Nelo on the right-hand side, they put the base of that wiper like a regular car, which is on one side or the other. And so when it's in the down position, it will not be blocking, it will not be in your line of vision. So that's a detail that they should have been paying attention to, and they didn't with the Q-Runner and the Gios. Also, look at the shape of the windshield. It's a bigger windshield on the Nelo. It's more square and it's just bigger, allows more light to come in, better visibility, more view. If you also look at the hoods are totally different. The Q-Runner is very small and it slopes a lot. It has a big slope, downward slope, like that. There you go. There, see a slope. See the difference between the one in the front, which is a Q-Runner, versus the Nelo out there. Also, the Q-Runner, you can't really. It's very difficult to access under the hood. You have to remove that center little piece, and it's a tiny little opening. To where the hood on the Nelo is so much bigger. Notice that the one on the right, the Nelo, has LED lights. And the Q-Runner has halogen lights. The Q-Runner also has that black rubber, to where the Nelo has body color molding, and on the fenders, the front bumper, the fenders on the Q-Runner are black rubber, as well as the mirrors, to where you look at the Nelo, and in the Nelo, it's the same color of the whatever color you choose of your Nelo, that's the color of your mirrors and your fenders. So there's two differences. Also, the design of it's just a more square front, and then Nelo is the same width from the front as the rear, kind of like most cars are. To where the Q-Runner is very narrow in the front and then wider in the back. So it's a lot wider back there than it is in the front, so it gives it a real funky shape. Also, if you notice, everything on the Q-Runner is glass except for the front. This little window, this triangle, that's plastic. The others are front. Or the front, rear, sides are all glass except for the very front. On the Nelo, it's all glass. Everything on there's glass. There's no plastic glass, just glass. I guess I don't know. It doesn't even feel like plexiglass. It's a different kind of plastic that they use on the Q-Runner. You can hear it sounds different. Sounds totally different. The tires are different. On the Q-Runner, you got your 4-10 tires. On the Nelo, you've got your 125/65-12. And you can upgrade this to 14s or 16s, I believe. Notice that on the Nelo, you've got your black hinges. There are no hinges on the Q-Runner. The Q-Runner on the left, it does not have an area to put your plates. Of course, you're not required to have plates on this vehicle because it's a scooter. It's not a motor vehicle. But who doesn't like to put their vanity plates on what they drive? And with the NILO, it does come with an area in case you want to put your little vanity plates in there. This is the rear view. The NILO is on the left with those raccoon plates, and the Q-Runner is on the right, the one with the chrome bumper. The NILO has LED lights in the back. Also, it has a locking area where it looks like it's a gas tank, but of course it's electric, but that it locks. That's where you do your charging. It uses just a 110 volt. The charger is built in to this one, to the NILO. NILO comes with a built-in charger, to where the Q-Runner, no, you need to have the charger outside. It's in the form of a big heavy brick, and that's how you charge. They both go to 110, but there's a difference between the charger being internal, built in, versus you lugging around a brick for a charger. With the Q-Runner, they decided to put the main fuse out here for the whole world to see and the whole world to access. It's right there where anyone can access it. On the NILO, the main fuse is inside. There's your main fuse. And you also have an indicator for your battery level. So that's fantastic addition to, nice little feature to have, so you know where you stand as far as your battery level is concerned, because remember, this is all electric. The sunroof here is more panoramic. It's a lot bigger sunroof than the Gio and Q-Runner. Here is the Q-Runner Gio. It's a lot smaller. It also has this, Q-Runner has this wire sticking out, and no one's been able to tell me what it's for. When you get these scooters from China, support is awful. It's very difficult to get good communication from people in China. So I don't know what that wire is that sticks out of there. The floorboard on the Q-Runner is very cheap. You see how you can see the floor, you can see the ground. That's the my concrete driveway underneath it. What's going to happen is every time it rains and you got dew, you're going to have moisture that's going to come in through all those big gaps. So you will develop mildew in here because of these big gaps. And you see right here as well, you can see the big, that's the ground on there. That's the floor. That's my driveway down there. And they decided to put the parking brake very close to the actual brake. So I always hit it. I'm always hitting it. And I have, size 5.5 shoe, and I'm still hitting it. So that's a really bad location for that parking brake. This is the floorboard of the NILO. So when you lift this up, you're going to see that it's a better rubber, better floorboard. So you don't have moisture coming in here. You don't have big old gaps coming in for the moisture. And there is your rear behind the pedals, and then the parking brake is out of the way over here where it will not be getting in your way every time you're using your feet. I want you to notice where the handle is to open the door on the NILO. This is the NILO. It's got a locking mechanism back here. You can lock your door from the inside, and you've got power locks. And also notice that the location of your handle is in front where you sit. That's not the case with the Q-Runner. This is a Q-Runner, and there is no locking mechanism, which means first these are manual handles to lower and raise your windows, and the NILO has automatic. The NILO has automatic windows. You push the button for automatic, go up and down. Also, there's no locking mechanism here on the Q-Runner and the Gio. So if you're driving and you're around some shady people, you cannot lock your door on the inside. There's no way to lock it. There's no way to lock it at all. You can only lock the Q-Runner and Gio doors from the outside. You can lock them and unlock them only from the outside. And also notice the location of the handle. It's all the way to the back. So it's very difficult. Well, it's not that difficult, but you have to really stretch to the back. Twist your arm all the way to the back to get to the door handle to open it. And on the Q-Runner, they decided to put all these fake buttons. You see all these buttons on the... They don't work. There's nothing. They're just for show. They don't budge. They don't move. This is the handle, the steering wheel for the EcoNelo. And there is the dash for the EcoNelo. Notice how you can have access to everything here. You can easily reach everything you want in here. Everything you want. Also, this comes with a dash cam. This is the dash of the Q-Runner and the Gio. A lot more simplistic. No dash cam. And it's very difficult to get to the... There's a button back here for the drive, park, and reverse. It's very difficult to get in there. There's not that much space in there. If you notice, from here to here, it hits. So I can only use my fingertips to get in there. Now, if I were to put my brights on, there's zero space there. I cannot access that switch to change my scooter into a different gear. I can't get into it. What they should have done is they should have put these switches somewhere else at a different location so that I could see them. You can't see them while you're driving. When you're driving, this is the view you get. You cannot see on the Q-Runner. You cannot see your gears. You cannot see your switches. Your windshield wiper, your frost defogger, you can't see any of that on the Q-Runner. And basically this is what you have on the Q-Runner.